What's up, everybody? OddMan105, aka the Odd One here, and this video is an updated from May 2026 money guide and buying guide for the Salvage Yard business property from the Chop Shop DLC. Now, during this event week, and for the first time ever, players can get double cash bonuses on the sale of this week's salvaged robbery cars. Now, if you have robbery vehicles in your salvage yard from a previous event week, then the double cash bonus will not apply to those cars. Also, during this event week, players can get double cash bonuses on tow truck services. And for all of those players who've been on the fence about purchasing a salvage yard, this event week, all salvage yard properties are 40% off, including their upgrades and modifications. So let's begin with the buying guide and walkthrough, after which we'll discuss tow truck services and passive income. And finally, we'll conclude with the vehicle robberies. So if that sounds like a plan, let's begin. Okay, first, you'll need a salvage yard property. So go to Maze Bank Foreclosure, and you want to sort by salvage yards. And let's zoom out a bit. Now, in general, it's never a good idea to purchase any property that's either too far north on the map or too far south on the map. Now, in this particular case, we're going to avoid anything that's in Paleto Bay and Grapeseed or Sandy Shores. And that's because the majority of your mission preps and finales will be in the city, okay? So in this case, we're going to focus specifically on the 3 salvage yards that are in the city limits. Now, you can purchase any salvage yard property that you want. That's entirely up to you. But of the properties that are located within the city, I highly recommend that you avoid the salvage yard at La Puerta. And that's because not only is it the most expensive of the salvage yard properties, but this is a known gang attack area. And remember that you can't enter any properties when there's a gang attack underway. Now, with that being said, consider purchasing either one of the salvage yards at either Strawberry or Marietta Heights. Either location will work just fine. And when you're ready, simply select, let's go here to Strawberry, select Buy From. Now, as with purchasing any business in Grand Theft Auto Online, you don't need any of these extras to get the core of your business up and running. However, there are some additions here that you should absolutely consider purchasing, and we'll discuss those here right now. Now, the trade rates will get you a permanent 50% reduction in the cost of vehicle claims through Moore's Mutual Insurance. Also, you'll get a 50% discount on all vehicle repairs through LS Customs. Now, if you crash cars like I do, then you may want to consider purchasing the trade rates. Now, purchasing the tow truck will grant you access to tow truck services missions, which are directly linked to your salvage yard's passive income. This is the legal side of your salvage yard operation, and it doesn't matter which tow truck you select. That's entirely up to you. That's all personal preference. However, understand that the Beater's tow truck is about half the cost of the standard tow truck, but it's also a little slower, and trust me, you won't even notice the speed difference. Next is the wall safe, which will allow your salvage yard to earn the maximum of $250,000 in passive income. Without the wall safe, your salvage yard will only hold a maximum of $100,000, so I highly recommend that you purchase the wall safe. And remember, daily income is tied directly to tow truck services. Now, the one business upgrade that you absolutely must purchase is the staff upgrade. Hiring additional staff will double the speed with which you can salvage vehicles. So, for example, without the staff upgrade, your salvage yard requires 96 minutes or 2 in-game days to harvest a single vehicle. However, with the additional staff, that time is reduced to 48 minutes. And remember, the more vehicles you salvage, the faster you'll earn passive income. So the staff upgrade is an absolute must. And when you're ready, simply select Buy From, and you're off to the races. Okay, so now let's do a really quick walkthrough. So here is the main shop floor, and this is where all the business takes place, from salvaging tow truck services vehicles to storing stolen robbery cars, both of which we'll discuss here in the video. Over here is your tow truck, and the tow truck is used exclusively for launching tow truck services missions. And down this end, here is your Salvage Yard computer, and this is where your jobs board will appear. Now, from this computer, you can plan and execute all operations governing the Salvage Yard vehicle robberies, and we'll discuss those here later in the video as well. Okay, up these stairs is your office. Okay, where you can replenish snacks if you need to. You can sit down and watch television. And over here is your wall safe, and we'll discuss passive income for the Salvage Yard as well. You can also find random melee weapons in your Salvage Yard, from jerry cans to pipe wrenches. So just look around and you'll find those here. If you want, you can get a soda in your Salvage Yard. And here are your sleeping quarters, and this is where you'll spawn, provided you've set the Salvage Yard as your spawn location. And last but not least is your wardrobe, and of course you can change your appearance here. Now, the Salvage Yard business consists of 3 parts, and there are 3 methods to earn profit with the Salvage Yard. The first is tow truck services, right behind me. The second is through passive income, and the third, which is the most profitable and is also the primary source of income for the Salvage Yard, vehicle robberies. Now, tow truck services is fairly straightforward, and you can source and salvage up to 2 tow truck services vehicles every 48 minutes or in-game day. Also, tow truck services missions are tied directly to your Salvage Yard's passive income, so the more tow truck services missions you complete, the faster you'll earn passive income. Now, to launch tow truck services missions, simply get in your tow truck and launch tow truck services. Yep, here we go. And just like that, tow truck services is finished. Now, on single cash, salvaged vehicles can sell for anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 for a single car and from $60,000 to $80,000 for 2 cars, depending on the value of the vehicle being salvaged for parts. Now, normally it takes 48 minutes or 1 in-game day to salvage a single tow truck services vehicle, and the vehicle will disappear from the lift once it's salvaged, and the money will be added to your account accordingly. And as mentioned, the tow truck services missions are directly linked to your Salvage Yard's passive income, which brings me to the next part of the video, the wall safe. Now, owning a wall safe will allow your Salvage Yard to store the maximum amount of passive income, which is $250,000. Without the wall safe, your Salvage Yard's passive income is capped at $100K. Now remember that tow truck services missions are directly linked to the amount and speed with which you can earn daily income and thereby passive income for your Salvage Yard business. So the more tow truck services missions you complete, the faster you'll earn both daily income and passive income for your business, both of which will be stored here in your wall safe. Now, the maximum daily income for your Salvage Yard business is $24,000 every in-game day, which is determined by whether or not you're sourcing and salvaging the maximum number of 2 vehicles every 48 minutes. And don't forget that your wall safe can hold up to $250,000 in passive income. So you need to ensure that you're sourcing and salvaging 2 vehicles every 48 minutes to maximize both your daily income and your overall passive income. And finally, we have the most profitable part of the business, vehicle robberies. Now, let's just get the bad out of the way first. Rockstar Games, in their infinite wisdom and stupidity, felt the need to implement a 1-week cooldown on vehicle robberies, meaning that you can only steal 3 vehicles every real week, which has to be one of the single most boneheaded decisions that I've ever seen Rockstar Games make. I thought this game was called Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, not Grand Theft Cooldown Online. Rockstar Games, let us play this game. Now, vehicle robberies are similar to mini heists. They are solo player friendly and are relatively easy to complete even for new players. However, remember that the selection of vehicles available to steal along with the robbery missions associated with those vehicles will change every week, so that's just something to keep in mind. Now, each vehicle robbery will have a $20,000 setup fee, and all vehicle robberies consist of a scope out mission, setups, robbery tasks, and a finale. Now, the scope out missions are a one-time deal with no need to repeat them. Next up are robbery tasks, and depending on the vehicle robbery being conducted, you'll have anywhere from 2 to 3 robbery tasks to complete with 1 optional robbery task. Now, robbery tasks appear as green duffel bags on your map, so simply head to the location on your map and press right on your controller's D-pad to activate the robbery task. Next up is planning work, which is similar to heist preps and setup missions, so just think of the Diamond Casino heist and you'll get the idea. Now, each vehicle robbery will detail 2 mandatory and 1 optional planning work. Now, the optional planning work is not required. However, if you want to make the finale as easy as possible, then by all means, complete the optional planning work. That's entirely up to you. Now, upon completion of all necessary planning work and robbery tasks, you're ready for the robbery finale, and in my opinion are relatively easy complete and a lot of fun, except for the McToney robbery, and we won't discuss the McToney robbery here. Again, in my opinion, the one fundamental problem with the vehicle robberies is the stupid 1-week cooldown imposed by Rockstar Games. Now, you have a couple of options after delivering robbery vehicles to your salvage yard. You can either sell the robbery vehicles to Yusef for maximum profit, or you can salvage the vehicles for parts, which I do not recommend that you do under any circumstances. Salvaging these robbery vehicles for parts means that you earn 20% less than the original sell price. So always sell your vehicles to Yusef by delivering them to the docks. The sell missions are easy and you won't get attacked. And one more thing. On occasion, Rockstar Games will release a robbery car as a claimable vehicle, as indicated by the red garage icon. Now, upon delivery to your salvage yard, these vehicles can then be claimed as personal vehicles for a small fee, and then subsequently stored in a personal vehicle garage. Now, the fee for claiming a robbery vehicle is $20,000 unless you own the document forgery business, at which case the fee is only $10,000, but either way, it's an absolute bargain. And that's pretty much it. That's an updated for 2026 full buying guide and money guide for the salvage yard business. And this video is a wrap. I've been OddMan105, aka the Odd One. And if you guys found this video informative, then you know what to do. Smash that subscriber button, hit that bell icon, leave a few likes while you're here, and hey, don't forget to check me out on Twitter at OddMan105. And I will see you guys when I see you guys in the next video. Please stay safe and remember, don't just start the fire, bring the smoke, and take care out there.